we are going to be taking the ANTHBOT today to install it at my in-laws' house. Drive it over to their house and set it up in their yard. So let's go ahead and grab the charging base. That's the root to my bike rack. Antenna can come off in 2 pieces, I think. At least just to get it into the car. Here is the big instructions, and then the full instructions, and all the cables, and spike, I think, for the antenna. We'll look at that later. So dirty. Okay. You don't need an extension cord, because this is the extension cord right here. So you don't need an extension cord. This is it right here.
Oh, that'll for the 2-pronger too?
This is, so the antenna plugs into the base, and this goes here. So we'll plug it in here. And you can set it up however you want. Or you want this, is this
fine right now. I mean,
yeah.
You know, I guess I should put these in here to hold it though, right? So it don't move around?
Yes. Yeah, see, this got to be right next to the base station. There you go. There's that, and then hi, Oreo.
Oh, it's warm out here now.
Yep.
Think it's charged up?
That's the thing I'm not sure about.
It's probably got some kind of charge, maybe not all of it.
I would think so. Yeah, I have to set up the app now. Whew.
Enter pin.
Enter pin. I don't know what the pin is yet.
Starting to charge.
Okay, let me.
About half charged, looks like.
Yeah, I gotta set up the app. I'll set it up on your phone too. Add device. Please make sure the device is powered on. Bluetooth on your phone. Okay. Allow. Is that thing beeping?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's to get rid of my moles.
Yeah, I have them bad.
Dude. Yeah, when I put that on, they started running around right here from that area. I have problems coming around this corner because of this drain, I think. My drains even dropped. They've been down underneath there so much.
What do you want your 4-digit PIN to be?
Bluetooth pairing successful.
We're gonna call this the Genie. Genie robot.
You want a soda or anything, Randy?
No, I'm good. I got one inside. App's a little weird. Wi-Fi connection. Do you know your Wi-Fi password?
Network setup success.
It worked. Through device.
I'm surprised this ain't have to be high.
Oh, there's an upgrade.
I'm
No, that's
surprised.
GPS. So it reads the satellites. It should be good.
That just surprised me.
It'll do better if you put it up on your roof somewhere.
Start upgrading.
And it's updating the firmware. Firmware update's done. Okay. Create map. Next. Next. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, we'll do this again whenever I get done. And we'll set your phone up with it.
Pairing successful.
So we gotta draw a perimeter. You can't tell if I'm drawing a perimeter or not. I think I am.
Okay.
Get over. You're gonna get ran over if you don't watch out. He's like a new friend. Oh, stop it. I'll have it stay away from that for right now. Once they get done doing all this, you can redraw the map. I'll show you how to do it.
Oh,
It's just like driving a remote control car. You got controls.
oh yeah, that's what I figured.
And it has an auto mapping feature, which I guess does it for you. I haven't seen that before. Yeah.
Not bad. The question on the auto mapping, what would it do when it comes to concrete?
I think it knows.
It probably has some kind of sensor, I bet you. I would think it would. Yeah, it's rear wheel turn for turning purposes, probably, I bet you.
Yeah.
The blades and stuff up front or in the rear?
I think they're in the middle. It's a disc, and it's got like little razor blades all the way around it that stick out. It works really good. Okay, it says mapping finished. Done.
Map boundary creation successful.
Please make sure.
Recharge.
Why are you on the recharging? Oh, map is being, there we go. In this mode, the robot will plan and mow the entire lawn. Zones. In this mode, the robot will plan and mow the designated area. In this mode, the robot will reach the designated spot
Starting to charge.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of neat how it plugs in.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you can edit the my areas. Okay. And yeah, we'll go when we go through this. You can read everything as we go, but
Don't they have a barcode to scan?
yeah, there's a manual too, somewhere around here. I didn't use it. All right, let's try to do a mow here.
Starting turbo cutting.
Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna do some weird stuff since that's what I did at the beginning. But it'll fix it all, unless it starts out there somewhere. I don't know. It's a little different than the last one. The last one I can control where it starts. I think this is it though.
Yep.
Just let it go.
Yeah, it's overlapping. Just see it.
Yeah. Now I gotta go get my good cameras and get some good video of it.
I'll have to, once I got it all figured out and stuff, when it really gets hot, I'll have to set it up to do his yard too.
Yeah, you could.
Set up like 2 yards.
Oh, you can add,
like 2 yards.
you can do zones. So you could do your backyard, your front yard, and then his backyard and front yard, all different zones. And that's all you gotta do. It might not, we'll see how it does with the front one day. Next time I come over, I guess. And we'll see if it works. We could try to do his for him. Yeah, that'd be sweet if you could cut both of them. Yeah, I didn't cut grass at all last year. So far, this little lawnmower has exceeded our expectations. Unfortunately, it's been raining, so we haven't got to do a whole lot of testing, but don't worry, I'm going to be making a follow-up video about the ANTHBOT Genie very soon. Now, we do have a few remarks that we would like to make about the robot and things that we think that can improve it. Metric versus imperial. Currently, everything reads in metric in the app. I would like the ability to switch it to imperial, because US uses that scale. We should have the ability to adjust this so when we go in and change the height of the blades, it should read in inches, not millimeters, for instance. My in-laws have a chain link fence, and the robot does not detect it at all hardly, and it continuously rubs against it. Now I know it's going to be hard for the robot to detect the chain link fence, but hopefully there's some way that they can make it easier for it to see it. That's just something I wanted to mention. Our very first firmware update when we were installing the robot failed, and not sure why. We didn't see anything wrong on our end, but it did fail the update and we had to start over again. Luckily, it caught up and started at like 80%, so it did take a long time for the first firmware update to happen, but it was quickly remedied once we started it again after it failed. Now, ANTHBOT should include an extension cable in the box so that you can install the RTK on the roof or somewhere else. Currently, it has to be within a foot of the charging station, and there's no way to get around that at this time. They should provide an extension cable in the box and possibly have some kind of mount available on their website to purchase. ANTHBOT should include some replacement blades in the box. Currently, there are none. I think it would be very nice if they included a package of blades in the package so that you would be able to have extras when it comes due for replacements. In the app, you should have the ability to view the cameras on the robot. Not sure why it doesn't have that, but currently there's no way to do a POV view of the lawnmower driving around. When drawing your map, whenever you're done creating the perimeter, it wants to automatically go to the charging station. I think you should be able to cancel this because most people are going to want to cut their lawn after they draw the perimeter. Currently, there is no way to stop the robot from going back to the charging station, so it goes back and then you can start your mow. I think it's kind of counterintuitive for it to be like that. And currently it randomly starts in the middle of the yard. I'm not sure why, but you should be able to pick where you start the lawnmower, and I think that would be a feature that would appeal to most everybody, and I hope that they can fix that as well. So this will be the first time we're both seeing the lawnmower. So they give you a nice quick start guide here. If you guys can see that. It tells you exactly how to do everything step by step. It also has QR codes, one for the installation guide and one for the app. Tells you how to find the perfect location for your RTA and your base station. Okay, I'll set that to the side. Here's the instruction manual, and it's got a ton of stuff, a couple different languages it looks like. Cool. This is the second robot lawnmower that I've tested, and eventually once I get done testing it, I'm going to be giving my in-laws this lawnmower. They're getting a little older, and robot lawnmowers are perfect for older people because you really don't have to do very much of anything other than monitoring the robot lawnmower. Okay, so this is the pole for the RTK, and it has a little metal piece here, and that slides in there and clips into place, and then this will go on the antenna, and then this probably goes to the power, or vice versa, but that's what that's for. And this is where the robot lawnmower is. I like that color. They always look so much bigger. Yeah, I like the way they box this up because it's protected from all sides. So no matter what happens in shipping. Here you go. So I'll find a good place to grab this so I don't damage anything. Well, I might just be able to pull up with a bag. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and set this right here for a sec. It looks like the base station's down here underneath this piece of cardboard, which will hook up in this video. And that's a box of goodies, and that's a box of goodies, and then there's just extra cardboard. That's extra cardboard. And this is the base station. This one's actually pretty big. Bigger than the last robot lawnmowers that I reviewed. And then it has, let's move this box out of the way. So here's the base station. And it also has two plugs on it. One goes to the RTK and the other one probably goes to power. We'll look at that later on in this video. Right now we're just doing the unboxing. So here is the robot lawnmower. Looks like when it comes in the dock, it comes in backwards. There's two prongs here and then two metal pieces here. So it goes like that. So here it is. It's got the controls on the top with a screen and then a stop button. So we'll look at all this eventually. Has a rain sensor, so if it detects rain, it goes back to the house, to the base station. Here is the underneath. It has two wheels and then two casters. And then here's the blades. I don't know if they give you extra blades in the box, but we'll look at that in a second. So they're basically just little razor blades that are attached with Phillips head screws and then one single disc. So that looks like it'll do a pretty good job. It is a floating head. As the lawnmower is driving, it will adjust accordingly. Here's where the battery is. You may be able to add a second one, I'm not sure. but that's pretty neat. Yeah, here's the where you charge it. Has a whole thing there. Looks pretty well designed though. It's got a camera right there. It has a camera on the other side in the same spot. It's pretty big, a lot bigger than I thought it would be. So if you've never seen one of these, you're gonna be in for a treat because it is really cool. It works really well. Now I like that design because it doesn't have to be perfectly on the base station, although it probably will end up being that way. And let's open this up and see what we got. Power brick and a long extension cable for that. Some stakes to screw the base station into the ground. Some more stakes. A spike for your RTK pole. So all of that's going to be needed. So this one's a little bit smaller than the last product I reviewed. But this is the GPS antenna that basically pulls coordinates and makes your lawnmower work the way it does. I'll show you. Basically maps your lawn. Has a light on it. So yeah, that's really nice and small. So we'll go over here. So I do have to pull upside down. So let's grab our pole here. So it's got a male thread here and a female thread on the bottom. Male thread is for this, so you're basically going to just screw this on here very gently. There you go. And this will plug in right here. And we can pull this cable back through so it's not so long up here. So it has a really nice waterproof connections on it, so you don't have to worry about rain or moisture or anything getting in there. So this is pretty waterproof. We're going to pull our cable down through. That's pretty simple. And then we'll leave it like that. And then the other end has a place for the spike, so you'll screw your spike in there. And then you stick this in the yard. I do really like the way this is laid out though. It's got the antenna right here. And then a notification light there to tell you if it's connected to the satellites. This will connect to this base station. And then the cable, it has a power cable there, and that'll connect to this as well to power it up. So I'll show you that once we go outside. I really like this one. It's got a cool layout. I like the overall design and the color and the logo. I think it's really sweet looking.